This is The Roxanne Show. Get ready. It's time to rise. But one of the greatest movies of all time, Top Gun, you just don't leave your wingman. You got to see yourself as your wingman, your wing woman. And in any moment of your life, you never want to abandon your wingman, your wing woman, right? And especially when you are moving through some kind of challenge. Fuck no. You double down on that allegiance, that loyalty, that devotion, that trust within yourself, towards your wing woman, your wingman. Actually, that's a really good, that might be the title of this episode. Like, don't abandon your wing woman. No, but it's so true, and these little shifts of, and kind of fun ways to illustrate this concept can make a really powerful difference. The next time you're in a situation, you might remember my voice, like, hey, don't abandon your wing woman. Don't, and this is how you start to cultivate that relationship, that unbreakable relationship with yourself. And it's what I want for everyone in my community, anyone that I can, connect with and support, because, listen, we're never going to omit ourselves from challenges. B, we don't want to. Challenges are important. We need them to grow, right? And I'm not talking about self-sabotaging challenges, like challenges that we don't need to, afflict upon ourselves, right? I'm talking about the challenges that stand guard at our ideal growth, that stand guard at the experiences that we envision that we want for ourselves in our life, right? This is where, I talk about self-love being the queen of battle. Like she's moving you towards those fights. She's moving you towards those challenges. And because she's the queen of battle, right? Self-love is getting you through those fights and those battles. So the goal is not to try and get rid of the challenge. The goal is to be powerfully on your fucking team as you move through the challenge, always, right? And the more that you cultivate this unbreakable relationship with yourself, the better you're going to be able to do that, right? So it's kind of all I want to share in this moment right now with you, because that's just what came up for me today when I sat down and thought about what I want to share in this episode. And I really want you to think about, journal out, what is feeling unbreakable to you? Like, what is that? Like, who are you when you have cultivated an unbreakable relationship with yourself? How do you move through challenge? How do you get up and face the day? When you feel that life is just really hard, you're going through something. What's your self-talk like? Like, how are you getting through it? I mean, I say this often in many different moments of many different episodes, but for me, when I'm in the thick of it, when I'm in a moment where something is really fucking pushing me around, whether it's psychologically or just, like I'm having to maneuver through a lot of challenge, I always, that self-compassion piece comes in, that self-love, right? It comes in, and I love speaking with myself, very important, with myself, hand on heart and out loud, talking to myself, talking me through the moment, assuring myself that we got this. There's no I over here. It's we. I want you to get to that point where you can truly stand in the we that you are. Does that make sense? I want you to get to the point where you can firmly stand in the we that you are. And when you do, everything changes for you. You treat yourself differently because you're always consciously aware of this connectivity that you have with your higher self, right? Highest self, higher self. And this is really where the activation of potent self-love is moving through your entire consciousness, your entire being. And self-love, I can talk about it forever. It's a core subject of mine. It's the most important because within self-love, it's like, I like to say it's like a cup, right? And so you have self-worth, you have self-confidence, you have self-belief, you have self-compassion. I mean, it really does. You have self-respect. I mean, that's a lot of important self stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of important self stuff that you really want to be fortified, that you want to keep very activated, very strong in your life, because all of that is essential for you to self-actualize, and in your self-actualized life, create the experiences that you desire, that you really want and are worthy of experiencing in your life. So without the self-love piece, you're going to have, it's not going to feel fun. It's not going to feel good. It almost puts you more on the path of the victim mindset, right? It's very disempowering to not cultivate real self-love. And that's why it's such a big conversation for me, because I know that when you start to feel this activation of pure self-love and you're getting all of that good self stuff that I just mentioned, as a result of it, again, it's like you're going to move through life different. Every facet of what life is going to be a very different experience for you. And it's going to be one that is going to be of higher frequency. You put yourself in a position to cultivate more fulfillment, right? Anytime there's more self-connection, you put yourself in the position for more fulfillment in life. The moment you start to feel very disconnected to self is the moment you feel burnt out, is the moment that these lower vibrational emotional states come in. And a lot of times people don't even realize that that's actually what's happening. However, when you do the work to remedy that, all of that work is what? It's self-work. It's the meditation. It's taking time to just care for yourself, right? To do all the things like the whether it's going on a trip or I don't know, anything that helps support you to feel good, it's always bringing you back home to self, because self really fucking matters, So you want self-love powerfully activated in you. And when this activation is a part of your being, this unbreakable relationship with yourself is forged, right? So unbreakable. Journal it out. What does that energy mean to you? Who are you once you've developed an unbreakable relationship with yourself? What do you need to do to continue to nourish and protect that unbreakable relationship with yourself? Thanks so much for listening, you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review.